don't fall.
God, we almost died.
Okay. Are y'all gonna prop it up, or I don't know? Are y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do? Okay. All right. So it's so hard to say because usually I talk about relationships and inappropriate things, and it just feels kind of awkward talking about inappropriate things when my daughter's right next to you. So,
well, I'm 18.
You're 18? Okay.
She 18.
And how old are you, Brianna? How old are you?
I'm 19. Finna turn 20.
When do you turn 20?
August 9th.
August.
We're Leos. I have the same birthday as her sister.
Oh, okay. You tell me that a lot, Kayla. You told me a couple of times that you have the same birthday as Raja.
Just making sure that you're listening.
I do listen, believe it or not. Okay, so we will talk about, okay, you're 19 years old, you're about to be 20. Let's talk about dating in your age range. Are you interested in dating right now, or are you dating?
No, I'm not.
So you're not interested in dating either?
No, because it's too many boys in this generation. I'm too mature for people.
You're too mature.
Yes.
What's the oldest guy you've dated?
The oldest I dated was 22.
22.
Yeah.
And he was still too immature?
Yes. Beyond.
Who are you talking about?
Zaya.
Oh God. He's worse than Keith.
Yes.
So how do you feel that he was immature?
Like, the things he'll say, I'm doing too much. Like, oh, you're doing too much. You're doing this. You're doing that. The next person, like an older person that I would talk to, not date, maybe they'll be like, oh, you weren't doing enough or something like that. Because you know that scientifically, they be like, boys are 5 years younger in the mind than their actual age. Like, even a grown man can be immature.
Yes, no comment.
Yeah.
It's so hard for you to be silent.
She said.
Yes. When I was your age, let's see, when I was about 19, actually, I was dating Kayla's father, and Kayla's dad was about 3 years older than me. It wasn't that her dad was immature, but he was not at that age yet where he was able to make, I guess, grown man decisions without like feeling the need to have the approval of his mother.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know at what age does that ever go away.
It never stops.
Like, yeah,
I don't know.
That was a problem too. That was a problem.
Yeah. I don't know. I do feel it's a new stigma that like it's like women imprint their sons, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's almost like some sick, twisted fantasy of, oh, you know how like they were like, oh, my king. And
do you think it's just in the Black community, or do you think it goes for all races?
Really, I think
it's really all races, mainly Blacks, Italians, probably even Hispanics. You know, I don't know too many white people
like
that have that problem.
White mothers that go through that. If anything, it's the opposite.
Yeah, they want them to go away.
Yeah, they want them to get out.
But you know, Black moms being
oh man, Black moms are the worst. I don't think I could ever be like that with my little son. You know, like I want my son to man up and be a man. And it's not to say that these men aren't being men, but to me, it's kind of like, I don't know.
You know, I think they feel obligated because, you know, it's especially with single moms, they feel obligated, especially when there's another person. Like one of my exes, my most recent ex, he got a little brother that's a few years younger than him or whatever. And he's 19, finna turn 20 also. There you go, right there.
His ears was burning, so he was like,
Man, his mom has him like being the dad to his brother.
Yeah, that's very, very common with the Black women. And you know what's funny is they give their daughters the worst.
Like, the absolute worst.
Oh yeah, I No comment. No comment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it, but I really wish it would change because it's like the husband material is just like slim pickings.
Not slim pickings.
Is it not slim pickings?
You don't think it is? Well, unless you find someone that's, well, it's not even to say way older. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like it's just mentality.
Yeah.
And they refuse to get out of that mentality.
Yeah. Like when they just got their taxes, every time she filing him under him, just putting that big responsibility on him. So now even still, she's like, oh, when he get of age or whatever, then he's coming to live with you wherever you are. I'm sending him to you. Do that even sound right?
Yeah, that doesn't.
Man, you're the mother.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that I did talk about on one of my last episodes or the episode before last is that I don't know. And it's so complicated because these men nowadays, I don't feel like everyone needs to, but they have to go through what I call is the host stage, where they basically just get that out the way, because it's like you'd rather them get it out the way before they're with you and then in a relationship, and then you're thinking it's all serious, and then they decide, well, wait a minute, maybe I don't want to be single. Maybe I do want to do this XYZ or whatnot. So
yeah.
One of the things I do recommend you, and even Kayla, I've told Kayla this all the time, is men at this age range, probably until they're about 25, they ain't shit. Some even past that point. So your best bet is to level up yourself, build yourself up, make yourself a priority, and just better yourself. That way you don't feel like you're obligated to I don't know, like be dependent on somebody else. Like, and it's not to say to be independent to the point where you don't need a man, just be able to stand on your own. You know what I mean? Because when I was y'all's age up until present, I was taking care of Kayla, and I was a single mom. So I couldn't really, I did date, but it wasn't like anyone that I brought home type dating, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's me. I don't yeah, no.
So yeah, like it's not to say Kayla prevented me to, but if I didn't have to take care of a daughter and pay for all this other stuff, I would have definitely finished school when I had the opportunity. Because when Kayla was a baby, I stayed in school right until Kayla was about 3 months old. Then I had to drop out. It was just getting too much. And I didn't go back to school till Kayla was probably about 8. So think about 8 years that, I didn't have that time to really focus on myself or my career. I had to really, I had to work whatever job that I could and take care of Kayla. So I recommend don't get pregnant. Well, I mean, even if you get pregnant, I mean, because Kayla really wasn't, and it's not to say my mom was not a good support system. She, I don't know. I didn't really I don't feel like I had a good support system because, of course, her father wasn't involved. My mom did what she could, but,
it wasn't enough all the way.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. Like I've told Kayla, like I'm not telling Kayla to go run out and have a baby, but I am saying that like if something like that was to happen, I would do my best to make sure that Kayla could at least still, get some kind of career or something like that. And I encourage her to take advantage of whatever opportunity she has here instead of chasing the guys, because trust and believe those men will always be there. And I don't know. Before I got married, my plan was to be a cougar.
She said a cougar.
I was going to get me a young baseball player. And
like you had this planned out.
And have his and I was going to have his baby and live happily ever after. And if we would have divorced, I would have had that $1 billion baby. I would have been good. But nope. I had to get knocked up and pregnant, and pregnant again and then married and, fast forward to today. That's me. I'm going to have to edit that. I'm going to have to edit that part out. I'm not supposed to talk about my marriage.
Back to back. Back to back.
She said, I'm going to have to exit that part out.
Yeah, I cut and edit what I can because, yeah. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. Was there anything else? Would my firstborn seed like to talk or say anything? I hear her. Look at her. She looks just like me.
She do.
Except she got some red lips.
Oh, I'm tripping. Put this on the charger.
What other topics? How do y'all feel about George Floyd's family being awarded $75 million? How do you feel about that?
Man, I don't even know the truth about that story.
Yeah,
there's so much
she said. I feel like the media just kind of did that so to turn people against each other, but no one really knows the full story.
Yeah, I don't really know the real story.
I mean, I'm glad that his family is getting help or whatnot, but I really still don't even.
Honestly, if that's true, they should be getting more than 75 million. If that really happened, and it's really on
as dramatic,
race, as dramatic as the media was portraying it, then 75 million is not enough. Actually, money won't buy that man life back. So.
Can I let you guys in on a little secret?
Mm-hmm.
That 75 million is coming from the taxpayers.
So really,
I mean,
that's not even their money to get.
Wow. Is that our money?
So the taxpayers are the one that's paying, not. No, not our. No, I'm talking about the taxpayers of, where is he from again? I forgot.
Well, basically, it's not, technically them. It's just people.
It's kind of like if he would have died. If he was from here, it would be our money paying the family.
Oh.
Like people don't know that, but yes, it's the taxpayers that are paying the 75 million. So how do y'all feel about that now?
If it was real.
No, that's not.
That still isn't. Do you still feel like the taxpayers are responsible for paying for his death?
No.
Okay. I just wanted y'all to know that. Like, not everybody knows that, but yes. Taxpayers. I can double check, but I'm almost positive what I've read is that, the 75 million that they're awarded, it's coming from the taxpayers. It's not coming from, the justice system or whatever. It's coming from the taxpayers. Yeah. Sad.
After they how much money did they use for this stimulus? What was it? Was it 23 billion or something like that?
You could have, yeah.
And the 23 billion, I forgot. Some dude, I was at work and I get on the phone to sell insurance. Some dude out of nowhere, he was like, that 23 billion, we're only getting this amount of money, and the rest they just pay towards random stuff. I wonder what that's going to. That's what I wonder. I'm like, dang.
I mean, I think it sucks that they're giving us what they're giving people who are making that's what I mean. We need to educate ourselves because we're still getting, we're not getting everything. They're going to use that money and probably bail out these major $1 million companies. They're giving us 1,400, but it's ridiculous. I don't know. I like a lot of things are being brought to light as far as what the government is doing with the money. And to me, it's very eye-opening to say the least. Like a lot of the money is going overseas for random, gender assignment studies or something. I read.
Yeah.
I read that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I feel like that whole thing is just a money scam. That's what I even talked about in my paper. And even the book was confusing me because how can you introduce stereotypes and androgyny, but at the same time have gender assignment studies?
Yeah.
There's people who just don't fit into the gender norm. Mm-hmm. And that's stereotypical to push that child to be like, oh, you like girl things, so you're a girl.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole community is about not having labels, but you're labeling your child.
Yes, exactly. I've seen a video like that.
It's easier to, give them these hormones so they can pay more money for surgeries and stuff than having therapy or actually talking to somebody.
I'm trying to pull up this video. Hold on, I can't. But y'all keep talking. I'm sorry. I'm pulling up a video. If y'all wonder what I'm doing.
Like what you call it? What's that man? Gabrielle Union, her husband, Dwayne Wade, their son. That's
Bea Wade or whatever.
That wants to be a female.
Y'all know that the mom is being silenced. Like the mom, his biological mother is not allowed to speak on him or something like that. So to me, I feel like something's going on with that.
Maybe it's because they wanted more attention brought to themselves. Because I mean, think about it. Nobody was really thinking about them too.
Nobody was. No.
Yeah.
Same thing with JoJo Siwa. She came out as gay. She's getting there. She's 17. Mm-hmm. All these little kids like her, but I mean, she's getting old, getting tall.
Yeah.
Her media streams going down.
So of course she's gonna come out as gay.
She's gonna do whatever she wants
to
get attention.
Because that's the trend.
The trend right now is to be so different.
Yep. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna share my screen and let y'all watch this, and y'all can discuss this topic because I find it hilarious.
Yeah. Oh God. Does it have to do with gender?
No.
And people being offended?
Nope. Hold on. Kayla, stop asking questions and just watch. All right. I'm gonna press play.
Out of a Baltimore City high school where hundreds of students are failing.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, we found a student who's passed 3 classes in 4 years and is ranked near the top half of his class.
We're not letting none of this get the best of us. All right? Be strong, son. We got this.
He's stressed, and I am too. Like, I told him I'm probably to start crying. Like, my son is, I don't know what to do for him.
This coming June is when Tiffany France thought her son would receive his diploma.
And I'm just trying to fight. He's like, Mom, what was I doing?
You told me about that.
What did I do this for? Like, don't he get a chance? Do he get a chance?
But after 4 years of high school, this mom just learned her 17-year-old has to start over. He's been moved back to 9th grade.
Why would he do 3 more years?
What you mean?
The school failed him. The school failed at their job. They failed.
You failed.
They failed. That's the problem here. They failed. They failed.
You failed.
Francis' son attends Augusta Fells Savage Institute of...
Okay, the whole video is like 6 minutes long. Basically, as you can see, she's saying he failed. He has to go back 3. Well, I'm sorry. He was a senior, thought he was going to graduate. He's going back to freshman. He only passed 3 classes for the past 4 years. He missed like over 350 days, I believe. And what else? His GPA is like 0.17.
0.1.
Boy.
Well, I don't think the school system failed him.
How can she not know this?
Yeah, they're saying that because
emails, they reach out to parents. I don't see how she wouldn't have known that her son is struggling in school.
Yeah, they're saying because she was a single mom.
That has nothing to do with. That has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, school didn't fail. She definitely.
The school did what it always does.
So, do you feel that the school should do any, like, should there be any? They did allow him to progress. Like, if he was taking Spanish or math, like, even though he failed for whatever reason, the school was allowing him to progress. But I still feel like it's really, I mean, even if the school made the error of putting him in another class, 9 times out of 10, he might have failed it because they said he only passed 3 classes. But anyways, yeah, that was an interesting topic that I came across.
I knew kids in my school who were just as bad, but they, they still let them pass. So if anything, it would be like a wake-up call for him. Because now, like, the kids that just barely made it, and then they go out of college and then flunk out of college.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not preparing them for anything. So if they did more than they had to do, if anything, it would make kids worse or feel like, oh, I don't have to do this. I'm gonna just bull crap through school.
Yeah, yeah, you know how I feel about your school. I don't understand, and I don't really get why the teachers were allowing them pass. I mean, I think maybe it has to do with because, you know, as a public school, you get paid on grades and things like that. But you're not really helping them because when they get to college, no, I mean, the teachers aren't going to care. You're paying them money. And if you're not putting forth the effort, I mean, they get to keep your money regardless. So I don't see them passing the student. So I feel that really the public school in y'all's cases, and even that case there, I mean, I feel like they're just dropping the ball. They're not really preparing students to really do anything other than maybe graduate, I guess. But
yeah. It really don't even become about school no more, really. It just become like school wasn't about school. It was just like, okay, what can I do? Like bare minimum to pass.
Yeah.
But, like I wasn't really learning nothing. I'm not gonna even lie. I wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, there's things that I feel like I'm teaching
away from
Kayla.
School, but most of it, after I took that STAR test, it's like all the information was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even now, I mean, and I know Kayla gets sick of the things that I, you know, teach her, but I try to teach her things that really matter that she can apply to life. Okay. How about today's music? How do y'all feel about today's music?
I hate it. I listen to nothing.
There's slim pickings. Slim pickings.
Hip hop is out.
Yeah, it's pretty much trash. I listen to really underground stuff, but the mainstream stuff all sounds the same. These new rappers, I can't keep up.
Guns, drugs, sex, hoes.
The only time they kind of changed it up is when that Black Lives Matter thing happened and they played the song over and over and over. They probably did that to get more money. I mean, I would hope they care, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, why didn't they? There's been stuff going on. They could have wrote songs a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, and then if you really think about it, it's not really a good thing because they're teaching them to be hyper vigilant towards the police. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, all these guys, they're like, "Oh, if school's just not for me, I'm gonna go into music."
Yeah,
not everybody is
belongs
musically inclined. Not everybody is like that. You can't.
I
just,
mean,
you know,
yeah. Guys have been doing that ever since I was in school. That's why I laugh because I've dated so many wannabe, you know, musicians, rappers, and
those are the worst ones.
Yeah. Once they hit a certain age, it's kind of like you got to give that up. Sorry, you got to give it up.
And it's not even being mean. You just gotta find your way.
Yeah.
Really for you because.
So what artists are the best right now? Because I don't know any of them.
I mean, I love.
How do you feel about Doja Cat, Kayla? You used to love her, now you still like her?
I still like her. Everyone's been listening to it. He's showing me a recording of is that your ex trying to rap to you?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Freestyling. Isn't that the most
don't even
awkward?
call this my ex, but just like I was eating.
Also going way back in the trenches, taking these drugs. Feel like it's true that a thug can't feel love. Rex on the zone, I'll be dripping like a
tub. Like what? It's pathetic, and it's because of the rappers nowadays not using their platform to be positive to these young men. That's why some of these boys walking around with tight pants that's tired of their minds, and they want to have their pants sagging all the way past their booty hole because
they've been doing
NBA
that.
That's
the only difference is now the pants are tight instead of baggy, which is so weird. Like, how can you sag and your pants are tight? I don't understand.
You know what's one guy artist that I love?
What?
Brent Faiyaz.
Oh yeah, Brent Faiyaz is the wave right now.
I love his music.
Yeah, I've been listening to some of his music.
It's weird. I haven't really been. If I listen to rap, I listen to like, you know, J. Cole or his group Dreamville, Earth Gang, just underground stuff, but I've actually been listening to a lot of R&B, or sometimes I'll go back and listen to rock because I knew that's pretty much what I grew up on. Yeah. Evanescence.
Yeah. Evanescence has a new album out.
So I heard.
Yeah. That hurt. I hit my elbow.
But
okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and
except country. I can never get into country. I can. You like
I used to like country a little bit, but like when Taylor Swift kind of put her little spin on it.
Oh god. Yeah, I don't like Taylor Swift.
I don't even feel like Taylor Swift can sing.
Country? Yeah, she's kind of a nasally singer, in my opinion. What about Chloe Bailey?
I like them.
But I feel like they're doing too much to be relevant.
I haven't really been paying attention
to
them.
One of them is. One of them. But she's trying to get herself separate from the other one, I believe. And
is her name Chloe?
I think that's Chloe, or is that one Haley? The one that's posting like that silhouette challenge.
Yeah, that was posting herself. I think it is. But I mean,
if she was gonna do it, then she should have just owned it. Like, you can't be doing stuff like that and then crying because people, oh my god,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of celebrities are doing that now, though.
Yeah.
And they'll cry about it. You remember when everyone was on Ari Lennox, but that's a part of being famous. People are going to make fun of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It doesn't. Her nose, they said she looked like a Rottweiler.
All right, yeah.
She's pretty to me. You know, she made it a racial thing, but I mean, it doesn't matter. People make fun of white noses.
Something to talk about really is this generation's version of beautiful.
Oh,
like goodness. You have to have.
First of all, it changes so much.
Yeah, it do change a lot.
But I think, what do you think this generation is? What, mixed girls?
I guess like
they kind of have like a fetish for like, not even a fetish, but it seems like it. Like if she's not mixed or has pretty hair, you know, she's not for me.
If you don't have a 360 lace front on with some big old spider lashes and a big old butt, you're not it. You're not bad.
Well, let me I don't know if I totally agree with that. I did have a conversation with some guys, and you have to think about it. Are you, as far as the beauty standard, when women do things, we say that we're doing it for men, but in reality, we're doing it for women, because I'm going to be real honest with you. Men don't care about that shit. As a matter of fact, the men are more like, I mean, all these chicks getting these BBLs and their boobs done and stuff like that. Men are actually really wanting the natural bodies. Yeah, they look good on Instagram, but women, we can't really say that we're doing it for ourselves. We're doing it because we feel like we got to compete with women subconsciously, because I can tell you, men do not like those lashes. Men definitely don't like the lace wigs. We're doing that because that's what we've created as the standard of beauty. And I don't know, like when I was growing up, I always did like weird eclectic stuff. Like, I don't feel like I ever did anything really to fit in. And now it's cool to not fit in, but yet you're trying
to fit at the same time.
So it's just kind of like, well, so I don't know. Like, but yeah, that was just something that I thought I would add, because I've been doing a lot of these shows with men, and that is the main thing that they say, is that, you know, they don't even care if you have a little bit of gut, you know, they just want you to have a little butt or not any butt, or like, I don't know, shit. They're just weird. Men don't give a shit about that stuff. I'm just letting it be known. Like, I used to love to wear lashes, but I used to get so sick of CJ complaining about them that I stopped wearing them. So I started just trying to take care of my lashes, and my lashes have grown out quite a bit to where I don't really have to wear them, but I still like putting on fake lashes. I mean, but I just do it more so for myself. Like, basically try to get in the standard of doing what you feel like look good. Like, if you like your hair that color, keep it that way. You know, don't do it because you feel like, oh, Kalani's doing this, or Doja's doing that, or whatever, or oh God, we're not even gonna bring up the Kardashians, or, you know, because everybody feel like they gotta look like a Kardashian or whatnot.
First of all,
don't nobody want to look like
a Kardashian. They look so fake.
Yeah. Especially Chloe. Chloe looks like Chloe has a whole different damn face. Well, all right, y'all. I'm gonna have to go ahead and end because if not, I think Zoom will cut it off.
Turn the thing off. And I think it's
cut the cameras off.
I'm like your green. I don't know how to end it.
You just leave.
I think it just press leave.